Welcome back to Fan State. As you can tell by the background, we are somewhere else just for this week. Merry Christmas whenever you're watching this. Today it's Christmas Eve. For those that are watching today, happy Christmas Eve. We have a lot to go over. Let's dive right into it. Starting with last week. Last week, a lot of pretty interesting games in terms of scoring. A lot of drama in the group chat involving the head coaches. But last week, let's start off with some of the winners bracket games. Coop Cup Clan versus Seabass's Shiver. Seabass's Shiver coming off a bye, didn't do so hot in the bye week, looking to bounce back and go back to what he was used to, scoring a lot of points with players that aren't really big fantasy names. Jonnu Smith, Bucky Irving, Rico Dowdle, Brock Purdy, so-so. Versus Coop Cup Clan, team that slowed down at the end of regular season, picked it right back up at the start of fantasy playoffs. This game, kind of disappointing. 157 to 120. Coop Cup Clan wins. Another great performance from Coop Cup Clan. They're scoring a lot of points at the right time. Doesn't matter if they slow down at the end of the regular season. They made the playoffs. Now they're here to play. They're in the championship. Seabass's Shiver. A lot of people call them frauds. They didn't show out. Only 120 points. That's a good amount of points, but it won't beat 157. So, next game, Steelers of Joy versus Daddy's Team. Another game that was a little bit disappointing. High scoring on one side, on the other side, not so much. Daddy's Team wins 176 to 119. Honestly, 119 is not a lot from Steelers of Joy, but I don't think any amount of points would have been good enough to beat Daddy's Team this week. 176. I think during the whole season, the highest was 177. 1 point off. Hopefully I'm correct on that. What a great game from Daddy's Team. Every player contributing. Just overall, I think everyone was in double digits. Maybe even the kicker and the defense. Let me check. We don't want to be wrong here. Just 1 second. Actually, except for Trey McBride. If Trey McBride had a solid 10-point game, Daddy's Team would have been over 180. So, scary team right now. So your championship game, Coop Cup Clan versus Daddy's Team, gonna be exciting. Moving on let's get into some of the games in the losers bracket. First, starting with First Down Syndrome versus Jennifer Aniston. Honestly, pretty great matchup. Pretty high scoring. It really came down to the wire. Came down to Monday Night Football, actually. So, score 141 to 133. Jennifer Aniston takes another win. It really came down to Christian Watson in that Monday Night Football game. It's kind of sad that, Green Bay came out with a strong lead, so Christian Watson wasn't really needed, but he also did get hurt. Sorry for First Down Syndrome. Put up a good amount of points. Wasn't enough to win. So, great game overall. Jennifer Aniston, good for them. That game allows them to be excluded from the last place punishment spot. Next game, talking about another toilet bowl. Team McElhaney versus the team we shall not name here at Fan State. Wait for this score. 75 to 94. The team we shall not name here at Fan State won. But whenever you're playing a team that only scored 75 points, it's not hard to beat them. But you only scored 94, so that's not looking too hot for you guys. Yeah, just don't really have that much to say about two low-scoring teams. Anyways, last game we want to go over from last week. The Mardiak Arrest versus Matthews Legends. Another high-scoring matchup. I think this game also came down to the wire. I think the percentages flipped very fast, maybe from a Sam Darnold touchdown. 152 to 136, the Mardiak Arrest wins. Matthews Legends are now in a tough spot in terms of record. Really high scoring. Two teams that, have been up and down throughout the whole season. Gave us a great game. Props to them. Let's go into the awards. Team of the week, the Mardiak Arrest. Just great performance overall. Wasn't the most points that week, surprisingly. Daddy's team. But just seeing them be able to flip the odds, the percentages, and take that win somehow just deserves Team of the Week. Now for Suck of the Week, has got to go to Seabass's Shiver. We don't like to call out a lot of teams here. We've called out a few throughout the season, but this might be the biggest Suck of the Week of the whole season. You come off a bye week and you're like, look, we didn't do good in the bye week. Let's recuperate. We have players that can score. And they put up a little stinker of 120. And went in as the 1 seed. And they underperformed really bad. Couldn't even get over the 130 point mark. So, Seabass's Shiver, that is our Suck of the Week. Game of the Week will go to the Mardiak Arrest versus Matthews Legends. Great game. It really came down to the wire. Like I said, I've been going over and over about this. The odds flipped really fast because of a last-minute touchdown in a game. So that is our game of the week. Next, we'll get into the MpPoll. Exciting MpPoll. MpPoll Week 17. A lot of teams have moved. This will be a very controversial MpPoll. At number 1, we have Daddy's team. They've been scoring a lot of points. They just put up 176 Duker on Seabass's Shiver this past week. They deserve the number 1 ranking right now. Number 2, Jennifer Aniston, moving up 2 spots. Last week they're number 4. Now they're number 2. They've been performing super well, putting up a lot of points, winning. And now at number 3, we have Coop Cup Clan. They were at 5, now they moved to 3. And you're saying, well, some people think Coop Cup Clan should be above Jennifer Aniston. Here's how we see it. Jennifer Aniston, Coop Cup Clan, that's like 2A, 2B. They have things that show that they're the better team than the other. So it's really how you see it, but they're pretty close in terms of where we're going to put them. So there's not a huge spread or gap between those two teams. Number 4, we have Steelers of Joy. They've not been doing so hot, so they're kind of trending down. They're still a solid team, but they've just not been scoring a lot of points and winning. So Steelers of Joy, number 4. Another team that's dropped a lot, Seabass's Shiver at number 5. Same as Steelers of Joy. They've not been scoring a lot of points. Number 6, the first team in the MpPoll that's not moved from last week, Digs in a Blanket. And at number 7, we have Matthews Legends, moving up 1 spot. At number 8, we have the team we shall not name here at Phan State, going down a spot. And honestly, look, in the 6 through 9 range, it's pretty tough to rank. They're all to me, they're all very close. They all have their high moments, but then they have their low moments. and they're all just like they're very close. The 6 through 9 I would say is pretty close in terms of team overall. So number 10 we have First Down Syndrome. At number 11, Annan's Macaroni and Cheese. And then at number 12, we have Team McElhaney going down 2 spots. Team McElhaney, they're probably the clear favorite, number 12. They did have a 4-10 record. They had the most points scored against them. But they're really just... they've not been performing the past couple weeks. So that is our number 12 spot to round out the MpPoll Week 17. Let's get into the juicy stuff, the stuff that people have been waiting for. Here at Fan State, we have a lot of close connections to the coaches around the league. And there was a lot of grumble and a lot of talk recently about what's going to happen for last place rankings, and how things are going to work. What are the scenarios? Here at Fan State, we're going to give you the number one coverage on what's going to happen. We will try our best to give you reliable news. So let's dive into it. Last place rankings. At number 1, we have Jennifer Aniston, 2-0. They have 308 points now. They have now been excluded from the last place race. At number 2, we have First Down Syndrome sitting at 1-1. Also a good amount of points, 292 points. At number 3, we have DeMardiac Arrest sitting at 1-1 with 250 points. And then our last team that is also 1-1 is the team we shall not name here at Fan State, sitting here with a whopping 212 points. And this is really sad to me. Number 5, we have Matthews Legends sitting at 0-2, here with 270 points. Good amount of points. They have more points than the 3 and 4 spot, but they've also had a lot of points scored against them to where they've lost both games. So right now, the 2 through 5 spots are still eligible for that last place punishment. Now that we've gone over the last place rankings, let's dive into what the last place scenarios are. So we're going to go team by team here, starting with First Down Syndrome. It's pretty simple. If he wins, he is in. Or actually, I didn't mean to say it like that. If he wins, then he's excluded from the last place punishment. If he loses this week, he would need Matthews Legends to lose. Or if Matthews Legends wins his game, but he has less points than First Down Syndrome, then First Down Syndrome would be excluded. And then another scenario would be the team we shall not name here at Fan State to lose, but have less points than First Down Syndrome. So that is the scenarios for First Down Syndrome. It might be a little confusing. And for DeMardiac Arrest, it's really the same set of standards and scenarios for First Down Syndrome, just because they play each other, so they're in the exact same boat. I will not go over that for them. Just listen to what I said for First Down Syndrome. Same for DeMardiac Arrest. Now for the team we shall not name here at Fan State. If they win, they're excluded. If they lose their game this week, they would need either DeMardiac Arrest or First Down Syndrome to lose, but they have less points than the team we shall not name here at Fan State. Or the other scenario would be they need Matthews Legends to lose, or if Matthews Legends wins his game, he would need to have less points than the team we shall not name here at Fan State to be excluded from the punishment. Hopefully that's not too confusing. It'd be easier if we had a little thing showing the scenarios, but we are not there yet. Right now we have a pretty low budget, so maybe next season. Last team, and probably the toughest road to get out of that last place punishment. Like I said, we have a low budget, so things like that will happen. You know what, we'll just set it right there. Boom. Matthews Legends has to win and have more points than any other team that has the same record, which would be 1-2. He would have to have more points than those other teams to be excluded. So, Matthew, win, score a lot of points, and hope for the best, and then things maybe will go your way. So that is how the last place scenarios will happen for each team and what they need to occur for them to be out of the last place punishment. Let's get into next week. Actually, one more thing I want to add on to. There's these placement games. A lot of teams, that was another thing that a lot of coaches were grumbling about, like, why do we have these placement games? Why does this one say 7th place, 11th place? Here at Fan State, we think that's pretty stupid. We're pretty good friends with the commissioner of this league, but from what I've heard from the commissioner, he doesn't really understand what's going on with how these placement games are playing. So disregard the placement games. Here at Fan State, we gave you how the last place rankings will go. Actually, I'll reiterate it again from, I think, last week. What gets you away from that last place punishment will be having a good record, and then tiebreakers will be decided by points for. So now let's go into next week. Championship game, Coop Cup Clan versus Daddy's team. We know it's going to be high scoring. They're both hot right now. We're not a prediction show. There's some other shows that do predictions. But we're going to do predictions on the championship game. Really tough. Without doing any research or seeing the lineups, we have Daddy's team winning it. Daddy's team came from a long way last season. Lost, ran the milk mile. Lost the milk mile. Was shamed in front of everybody. Look where they're at now. They're competing for a championship. So big turnaround. Win or lose for Daddy's team, this is still pretty good accomplishment for them. So for the championship game, we have Daddy's team winning. Next game, Steelers of Joy versus C Bass of Shiver. Two teams that were hot throughout the season, regular season, and now they're starting to slow down in the playoffs. So pretty same situations for both teams. We don't really know what's going to happen here. We're not going to predict the rest of the games, only the championship game. So honestly, they're both cold, so I don't really know what to expect. One team could really just flip a switch and beat the other team, or it could be a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game. We don't really know what's going to trend with these teams. Next game, Jennifer Aniston versus the team we shall not name here. Jennifer Aniston is just playing for glory at this point and destroying his enemy, the team we shall not name here at Fan State. Has to win this game. Hopefully that's the best scenario. So a lot on this game for the team we shall not name here at Fan State. Next game, DeMardiac Arrest versus First Down Syndrome. They're both 1-1. First Down Syndrome has more points, so right now he's ahead. A win here guarantees you out of the last place punishment. So really important game. This, besides the championship game, this is probably the second most important game in terms of trying to get out of that last place spot. Now, the last game to round out next week is Team McElhaney versus Matthews Legends. Kind of same boat as Jennifer Aniston, Team McElhaney, just playing maybe not for glory, but to destroy and ruin other teams' chances, especially Matthews Legends now this week. Matthews Legends win, score points. That's what you need to do. So personally, we're not predicting anything, but my heart goes out to Matthews Legends. Not just because I want them to win, but I do think they're going to win against Team McElhaney. That's just what I'm feeling. So, longest episode yet. I can see it right now. It's 21 minutes and somewhat. Hopefully you guys stay and watch the whole video. Leave a like. Subscribe maybe. Share your thoughts in the comments on whatever's related to this fantasy season. It's been a great fantasy season, but this isn't the last episode. We're not stopping after next week. Next week will not be the last episode. We'll have more content in the off season. We'll see how things will go for each team, and we'll have some special episodes. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week.